Actually, I came here to share experience.
That's it.
I'm from the African Development Bank, so specifically a fund, a facility, the Sustainable Energy Fund for Africa, which is focusing on developing and financing renewable energy and energy efficient project in Africa, in the continent.
Okay.
So I've met some people here, private sector people, who are interested into doing business in Africa.
Okay.
And that's maybe how we can help them access more easily the African market and maybe access some financing mechanisms to catalyze their involvement in projects in the continent.
Okay.
We are in an open world, and what is important is expertise, capacity, experience. So if there are Indian groups here which have developed the requisite capacity and experience that they could value elsewhere, it makes sense to export that. India has been buying from Europeans technology.
Okay.
We heard recently France selling or trying to sell some military technology to India, where India has as well a capacity to export its know-how. It makes sense to do that. My focus is sustainable energy, so I only can talk about sustainable energy. So I'm not aware of other sectors where India maybe has the ability to value opportunities. But in the sustainable energy, I clearly know that India has some advance compared to Africa, and some Indian companies so in that context could just go and share what they had developed, what they had gathered as experience, as knowledge in the country. India has developed a good wind energy program and has a good track record of wind energy implementation projects, whereas in Africa now the most advanced countries are in the verge of implementing, of closing the first project that are being developed. So clearly there, India could share because could share some knowledge and some know-how. Plus, not only knowledge and know-how, but India has an industry that has supported its own national wind energy program. So it offers technology which is not existing today in Africa. Africa is completely relying on European and the US technology to be able to implement its own projects.
Okay.
So India could be just offering a more diverse span of possibility to the continent. The market is huge. As you know, Africa is one of the continents lagging behind in terms of energy access. So most of the business of energy access is to be done there. And we are in a context where the United Nations has launched the Sustainable Energy for All initiative, which means that the goal by 2030 is to have 100% access in terms of energy services, which means that to bridge the gap in Africa, many things need to be done. So on top of that, Africa, with the support of leading organizations like the African Development Bank, which has engaged the various government and convinced them to prioritize renewable energy to be able to achieve those goals. It makes it obvious that the opportunity lies there. So largely there will be wind where it makes sense, solar, hydro of course, and in some specific countries geothermal.